But here we go. So we've got Hado making the best of the opportunity, starting up the front. Swifty is there in second, and Storm has moved up to third, kind of up to third, because Shadow is still there. Eggberger's making up a bit of ground in the background there, but just hanging on, just making sure that he can make it through these sections. Swifty there in second. He's got Shadow all over the back of him, so Shadow really needs a good result here. He has not had the best of starts this season, and he really needs to make sure that he can get this race going in the best way possible. Gets down the inside of Swifty, up into second place, so he will be now hunting down Hado and trying to get a bit of a break. He's on the medium tyres, is Swifty. Oh, a bit of contact, and Shadow's luck again. What does this guy have to do to get a result? More contact, everybody going in. So what happened here? So as we see Swifty there, he's looking down the inside. Does he go for a dive? Yes, he does. He went for a dive down the inside into the exit of that chicane. And Shadow, well, everybody was running wide in avoidance. Shadow managed to recover it, but plummeted all the way down. Again, what does he have to do to get a result? This feels so bad for him. He's decided to make his pit stop while he can. Shadow now coming back out, and he is all the way down there in 12th position. So he's decided to take that opportunity, go onto the hard tyres and try to recover something.
Right, we're back live, I believe. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a bit of a... It says connection to the server lost. So I don't know whether it's a problem YouTube end. I'm not sure.
If it's saying that, I suspect because it happened in the sprint race as you started the race. So I suspect it's a YouTube via PS5 issue. As soon as you start the race, it's kicking it out, more than likely. But it can't be helped. But we are back live now, ladies and gentlemen. Hado leading the way. He started in that position, and he is on the medium tyres. Eckberger now in second after all those incidents at the opening part of the lap, and Marty has found himself in third place.
That's a good. And already Ben is making his way up. Dylan is also starting from the back of the grid, very close to the back. He's in 8th place at the moment. So these two. Oh, I thought they were playing games with us, Adam. I thought they were coming into pit.
I was just about to say they're about to pit, but no, they're fighting for positions. Eckberg now makes a move and has got the lead.
Fastest lap and the fastest lap.
Well, he definitely likes this layout, doesn't he? He's absolutely going for it now. He's got to make the opportunity while he can. So the fast drivers are tangled up in incidents and in traffic.
So speaking of the man himself, this is Enzo here.
He's done my strategy. He started on hard tyres.
You called it, Adam. So watch this. He's already down to half a tank of fuel. So his tyres are looking pretty good compared to other hard runners. Let's just see what the grid's on, so we know what we're talking about. Have we lost one more racer? Oh, 13, is that out? No, that's what it was.
No, 13, that's correct.
So Glowing Gold, who narrowly missed out on a win in the sprint race, is also on the hard tyres. So he's taken a leaf out of Enzo's book. So he's got slightly more fuel than Enzo, so only a minuscule amount. So let's just go back down to Swifty and Shadow. So Swifty has now found himself just under 4 seconds away adrift from Shadow, but he's on the hard tyres, so
yeah, he pitted the same as Shadow.
Shadow off the mediums.
Involved in that incident, coming onto the final corner, backed out of it obviously, but he decided to follow Shadow into the pits. So they are both on the hard tyres. They will be trying to go as long as they possibly can. There'll be ones to watch towards the end of this race, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I've had to do keyboard, controller, laptop, and get the stream back up and running, so I'm sitting here sweating now. Meanwhile,
Good old modern technology.
Marty has found himself up into 3rd place at the moment. He's one of the hard runners. So we know how good Marty is at strategies, particularly in the wet. Now, can he apply the same skill for these? Now, this is quite a hard wearing track on the tyres. It's quite tough on the tyres. So I'm just going to go on board with Marty as we see him take the chicane, the reverse layout. Ooh, just a quick brush with the wall there. This is what I was mentioning here. As you come round this next left-hander, you've almost got to get immediately on the brakes.
Inside. Sorry to jump over you there, mate. Danny dived Danny inside.
So that's
Just
Danny.
as you were about to explain how to do that corner, and he couldn't do it because Danny was in the way.
Oh, I explain how they do it, not how to do it, because I can't.
Oh no, that's fine. Fair play.
No, I was explaining the method. I just don't have the skill to carry it out. So with Marty, we're going to proper touring car view here. He's not going to let Danny get away with that, but he's got to be careful because he's going to be. If he's over anxious here, he's got to think about the tyre wear. He's on the hard tyre, remember, which is the long game, so he doesn't want to be burning those out too early.
Enzo's just grabbed the fastest lap, so he's obviously on the hards as well. So that's an impressive feat to be able to put the fastest lap in on the hard tyres. So that's going to make him really dangerous at the end of the race if he's on the mediums.
But yeah, I bet Ekberg's scratching his head there. We've got the spurious fuel warning, so ignore that, ladies and gentlemen. So at the moment, we've got Ekberg leading the race with just a 5-second lead here on the medium tyre. Now Ekberg, he's making these mediums last pretty well, so they've got 5 laps at the moment, as we see who else has just pitted. So we've got Butler into the pits from 10th place.
An interesting call.
He's nicked Ekberg's race suit.
Yeah, they're Team Sweden. They're definitely 2 Team Swedens in this race, isn't there? There's Ekberg in the Ford, and then there's Butler running in the Swedish Volvo. So that's a deliberate choice going onto the hards that early on. He's got a strategy in mind as well.
So he's filled the tank right to the brim. He's gone on the hards.
But he's dropped behind Shadow, who got tangled up in that incident and was one of the first ones to pit. So he's going to have fresher tyres, he's got better fuel. But the key thing is he's behind Shadow.
Currently, we have Storm here in Charlie Cox's Mondeo from back in the day as the second place independent. Tyler's leading the independents at the moment. I'm not sure what tyres Tyler went on. So Storm is on the hard, so he's playing the long game. So Tyler is also on the he's on the mediums, so he's got a bit of a gap. So Glowing Gold is on the charge. Now we know how quick Glowing is, so Glowing's outside the slipstream at the moment, but I've got a feeling Glowing's on the hards. Now he's losing the back end a little bit here, so let's have a look at Glowing's tyres. Yeah, he's got the front right at 50%, so he's good for another couple of laps. I think these two are going to be in a battle for the next 2 laps. But Danny C has made his way up to 2nd place. And Marty has dropped. Haydo is in 3rd place now. So Danny C is on the charge. But Ekberg is managing...
Marty and Ben are side by side in the background there, mate. Sorry. There's Ben goes down the inside of Marty. He got a good run out of the previous corner and got the toe. And he got the double toe, as it were, because Marty was right up behind Haydo, and now Ben's going to look down the inside, going into the chicane. This is going to be brave. Surely not. One of them's got to back out. Haydo does, and that puts Ben up into 3rd place. That was brave.
We've just gone past the third of the way through the race here. 10 minutes. So in the next 2-3 laps, I expect to see a flurry of pit stops.
Oh, and there's that man Dylan, already up into 4th place.
4th place.
He's on the hard tyre, but he's going to have to pit this lap because his
tyres
are fine, but his fuel is depleted. So he's obviously decided the tyres were a good start on the strategy, but he's not wound the fuel back. So he's going to have to pit this lap. He's made up good progress from the back of the pack.
I calculated the pit loss to be approximately 20 about 28 seconds, I think. So that, let's just see where, I think that's going to bring Dylan back down roughly 10th, 9th or 10th, I would say.
As you say that, he's already looking to make up a place on Ben. Despite him going into the pits this lap, we know he's going to for the fuel, and has
interestingly,
made up that position.
Ben's very close off it as Ben goes, oh,
we've seen Ben do some good saves this season, so we know he's got his indicator on, he's pitting. Let's just see what happened here then. So obviously Enzo went past, Ben tried to make the position back, I think, and caught the curb, pushed him out wide, it bounced.
He managed to hold it
sideways and managed to hold it and straight into the pits with some fresh underwear. And
we have got Dylan in the pits now from 6th place for Team Renault. So we know what tyres Enzo was on. He was on the hards, so he's going to be filling the tank, I'd imagine. So let's just see where this brings Dylan out now. So luckily 3 have come in at the same time. He might stay pretty similar. He's not going to drop as many places as I thought. So he's gone onto a set of medium tyres now. This is where I expect to see the fast laps coming in.
Interestingly, Ben stayed out. I thought he was going to be pitting at the same time.
Yeah, he had about another one lap more, I think. But Danny has now assumed the lead. So Danny, I'd expect to be pitting. I don't think Danny will roll the dice on another lap for the tyres. I don't think he's got the fuel for another lap. So Ben's going to be coming in this lap the same as Danny. So Haydo is also going to be coming in this lap. So we're going to see Glowing Gold briefly. He's going to be coming in as well. So we've got Ekberg. Ekberg's going to be coming in as well, I would imagine.
I don't know. Did Ekberg already pit?
He's pitted. So Ekberg is going to assume this is a live. So Ekberg is going to assume the lead of this race unless Marty. No, Marty will be coming in as well. So which will bring Shadow into an effective 2nd place. You'll see Marty getting all sorts of wide there. So these hard tyres are letting him down here. As Danny C comes into the pits from the lead of the race off the hard tyre. He'll be full of, yeah, that's right now. So
Marty stayed out.
Marty has stayed out. That's interesting. I didn't think he'd have enough tyres left. So that puts Ekberg 2nd. Dylan, we know, was pitted. Shadow pitted earlier on, so he's on the hard tyres. So Shadow's playing the long game. So let's just see where it's going to fetch these. They're coming past the pit entry now.
But crucially, we've got Enzo now in front of Shadow. Enzo came out of the pits, he was behind Shadow. It's taken him a lap, or less than, and he's already got back past Shadow again. So Shadow's going to have to pit again in a moment's time anyway, for fuel if not tyres. We've still got 16 minutes left on the clock. So yeah, it's a good strategy from Shadow, kind of forced into it from the incident, but we've got Enzo really making up positions here, and he's on a very, very strong strategy here, already in 4th place and having just pitted.
So Marty will be coming in this lap, so the live, it will be Ekberg, Danny C and Dylan will be your top 3. Marty will drop down to, interesting, I didn't catch what Legion has pitted. So we know Ben's pitted. So it's who can make these tyres last. Now we saw them got 5 laps off the mediums.
Yeah, 5 or 6 laps on the mediums, wasn't it?
Yeah, so 5 or 6 laps.
Mainly the fuel that was causing the issues for them, because obviously it wasn't a full tank of fuel at the start of this race. So.
Well, that's right. I mean, 15 minutes on the clock now, 15 remaining. 6 laps is 12 minutes. So. Can they make these mediums last for the sake of 3 minutes? Which is going to be one, possibly 2 laps. Can they get an extra lap? As we see Marty coming in from the lead of the race.
No fuel in that car either.
So he's got a 15 second, is that 18?
18 second. He's going to be in a strong position come the end of the race if he's on. He's going to go onto the medium tyres, of course. He's going to put
this is going to
fuel in.
This is going to drop him between Shadow and Legion, I would have said.
He's going Well, yeah, possibly, because it sorts itself out, doesn't it, when they come out of the pits?
That's
it
right.
Estimates. So that as he comes back out...
Got to watch the pit exit.
Further. He's down in 8th place. He's just dropped behind Haydo.
Oof. So he's on fresh medium tyres. We know how fast Marty is. I want to check in with this. So we've got Danny C, who's managed to close a 4.5 second gap 2 laps ago, hunting Ekberg down. So we know Ekberg's been quick, but he's got let's go on board with Ekberg. So this is the view that Ekberg's got, classic touring car view, mirror full of Audi tailgating. There's a surprise.
That's not just a touring car view, is it? That's a normal everyday motorway view, seeing an Audi right up your back bumper. But Ekberg's doing a fantastic job here.
He really is.
Early on, and again, we're saying he likes this layout of the circuit. If he can hold this off and take a podium, he's going to like it even more. But Danny's looking down the inside now. Got a good run through the corner, down the inside. Ekberg gives him room.
Great racing.
Look who's in the background there, catching them up hand over fist. And there he is, that man Dylan. He will be the next one through.
AKA Jason Plato. Here's the Jason Plato view.
Bump, nibble, push you around the circuit.
That's right.
Go on, Ekberg, let me help you down the straight. Yep, trying to. Down the inside, lined it up nicely.
Plenty of room given, so now we know the first corner is going to be a left-hand corner, so Dylan's going to have the line for this, so Ekberg knows he's there. Great racing from all of these guys. As we see Shadow coming into the pits again. Just missed it off the screen, so Shadow's coming in off the hards. He's going to be in a strong place here. He's pitted, 2 laps later than the rest onto mediums. So this... Interesting, he's going on to another set of... Oh no, it'll change when he comes out the pits.
It might change. I'd be surprised if he stays on the hards. I would be very surprised. No,
well, he might
mediums.
do. He hasn't.
On to the mediums.
That's the only chance of getting the hard. So that... Right, so Danny C is currently leading this race with a half a second gap between himself and Enzo. So this is going to be a really fierce battle here. We've still got 12 minutes to go this, ladies and gentlemen. So just catch up with a couple of messages on the YouTube chat for the 3rd time. So Fathead's there saying all good drivers in this race. The issue is early aggression and trying to overtake super quickly. Be patient, waiting for the perfect moment to draft, overtake. This track can be unforgiving. Well said, Fathead. It is patience. Patience is key here. So can Danny hold off? They're both on the medium tyres, so they've got to be careful. So they've only stopped once. Can these pair make? Are they going to? Can they make the tyres last without having to stop a second time? That's going to be the key to winning this race, I would have said. But Legion's worked his way up into 4th place, Adam.
Yep, he's done well. Considering, I mean, he was obviously the race 1 winner, so we know he's got the pace, and he's currently just over 2 seconds, just under 3 seconds, I should say.
Sorry, just to interrupt you there.
Ekberg.
We've got LFC Ben coming in for a stop. Interesting.
That is interesting. Did he not?
But Butler's come in at the same time.
Yeah, well, Butler's already changed the compound of tyres, so I'm wondering if Ben did.
I think Ben's listening to the stream.
He might have just done a quick stint on the tyres just to make sure that he's fulfilled that, because he didn't put any fuel in. He just changed tyres that time round.
Yeah, and Butler's done the same.
Butler's done the same. So Butler pitted quite early previously. He was one of the first scheduled, as we're seeing the fight for the lead now.
And Dylan is
you, Jimmy.
Confetted is cheering here, so that's Dylan worked his way up from near the back of the grid, managed to take in the lead here on lap 11 here at Dragon Trail. But Danny is not going to let this slide, but Dylan's tyres are not looking too favourable. So Dylan's
going to have to pit again. There's no way that those tyres are going to last
no,
to the end.
not
of
a
the
chance.
So
and
he's been pushing ultra hard.
Well, Danny's tyres are in a little bit better condition, but Danny's got slightly more fuel and better tyres. So Danny is also, I would say Danny's going to have to pit as well. We've got 10 minutes, just under 10 minutes remaining, which is 5 laps. So
they've not fully dropped Ekberg either, have they?
No,
Ekberg
that's right.
Is lingering in the background, so I'm wondering if he's just wound everything back, and because he's on the hard tyres, he's good on the tyres. If he's just wound his fuel back, he's going to be a bit vulnerable to Legion, depending on what Legion's doing. But Ekberg's in for a good result here, because if those two guys in front of him need to pit again, he's going to take over the lead of this race.
Ekberg at the moment is the Top Gear 4th car.
Yes, yeah, he is. Yeah, always lingering in the background.
Lingering in the background, but also Legion, as we saw there. I think Legion, I would imagine he's going to, at the end of this lap,
he's going to need to pit for tyres. He might be alright on
maybe
fuel,
a splash of fuel, but that's put Ekberg in a really strong position.
Ekberg is in a really strong position. If he can eke this out, I'd be very surprised if Dylan and Danny can stay out for the remainder of this race.
No, I don't think that's possible.
I can't see that they're going to do it. So if Ekberg can wind his fuel back, he's good on tyres. So if he can make his fuel last, he is in a very, very strong position. He might be vulnerable right at the end, depending on what pace the others have got, but they've got to catch up so much time by the time they pit.
But don't discount this guy, Marty. He's got half a tank of fuel. He's good for fuel to the end. And can he make these tyres last to the end? I think he's got half a chance.
He's got half a chance, hasn't he? Because he's only halfway on the right front, just over on the left front.
But they were dead after 5 laps from the beginning, so we got 7.5 minutes, which is 4 laps, 3 or 4 laps. Has he got 3 or 4 laps in those, Adam, do you think?
Well, we know he's good on strategy, we know he's good on tyres, so I wouldn't put it past him. It's
No.
going to be touch and go. He might be on the rim, we might be seeing loads of sparks, but Danny has not given up on this, has he? These two have realised they need to pit. Are they pitting? They are simultaneously. Ekberg is now going to lead this race again. And he's not going to have this fuel to the end, is he? Ekberg is going to have to pit. There's no way he's going to be able to run that fuel to the end, so everybody else is going to have to pit again, surely. Legion's followed them in as well, so Marty is a little bit out of sequence with these guys because he pitted later the first time.
And Haydo
again.
Haydo's good to the end. He's just come out the pits. That's Danny C coming out the pits, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say Haydo's just got past Danny. So
Haydo's good to the end.
Haydo is good to the end. He is good to the end. So that's a fantastic strategy by Haydo. We saw him do that earlier on in the season, where he put a fantastic strategy together and got a great result out of that. So he's not.
But watch out for LFC Ben. LFC Ben pitted 2 laps ago onto a fresh set of mediums. Now we know that Legion. See, they've come out now, so they've come out now. So Ben is currently in 7th place. Also good to the end on a fresh set of mediums. Now Legion has only just pitted, so this is going to be a straight dogfight to the end now. But I am just curious as to see what the gap is at the top between Ekberg. He's got just under a 9-second gap at the moment. So we're gonna see Ekberg. So he's got a 18-second deficit between the pit loss and the gap he's got. So let's just see what the gap is between Marty and there. So that's 9 seconds.
Marty might need to pit. We don't actually 100% know. He might be able to make his tyres last. He's good on fuel.
Marty's the key to Ekberg's success in this race at the moment.
Well, Ekberg is going to need to pit. There's no way he's going to get round the rest of this race. So he should be coming in this lap. He is doing. So is he going to bother changing tyres and go onto the mediums and fill up? So Marty's followed him in as well. Marty's realised he's not going to make it to the end. So where's Danny C?
I can see Ekberg going on a set of mediums here.
Yeah, he'd be silly not to.
Just a splash of fuel
to get to the end. Don't need that much. Stop.
Whoa.
You don't need to fill it up. No, you don't need all that fuel. You don't need all that fuel.
Well, he's done himself out of a couple of positions there, definitely.
Yeah, because that's dropped him all the way down into 7th place now. Unfortunately, he would have been in with a strong shout of a
So
podium.
Marty's
there, I
well
think.
ahead up the road. Yeah, so Marty's only put a splash of fuel in and a fresh set of mediums. So let's just go
So
back down the grid.
That position for Marty was done from the pit stop because he didn't put as
And
much
we
fuel
see-
in as Ekbo.
We see a victim of the pit lane crossing the pit lane, which gets you a 3-second penalty, so that's going to hurt Storm. But Tyler, interestingly, is good to the end. So Tyler's in a bit of a no man's land at the moment, and at the moment the lead independent is Swifty.
That is Swifty, yeah. So Swifty's obviously jumped these guys, and he's good to the end as well. So, and there's a 20-second gap. So he's got this he's got his hazards flashing for some weird reason. I don't quite know why. He must be an electrical issue, but
But he's right on the back of Glowing.
he's not far off of Glowing, is he?
No.
He can get a good position out of this.
We just had a lead. We just had a position. Excuse me. Position change of Legion getting past Hado for third place, which is for the podium place. But he's got a 5-second gap between himself and Dylan in second place. So I just want to go to the top. LFC Benny's you see in the background there in 5th place, right on the back of Hado. So the more points LFC Ben can get here to maintain his lead at the championship at the moment, that's LFC Ben's got the move done. So I just want to go back to the top as we see these two now. This is a straight duel here.
Dylan, every time I see him in the background, every time they get onto the main straight, he keeps flashing his lights at Danny, trying to put him off. So it's not worked yet, but every time you see the back of that Audi, the lights keep flashing on and off as the reflection from Jaws hunting him down behind. Both of these guys are good to the end.
There we go.
So here we go, flashing the lights. Get out of my way, Danny. I'm hunting you down. I'm chasing you. Trying to put Danny off. That won't bother Danny in the slightest.
Oh, Danny goes to defend.
Yeah, this fight is not going to be over until the checkered flag, is it? They're going to have one more lap to go when they cross the line here. So
Yes, they should get one more lap.
Really caught him up now as Dylan.
Oh, and he's gone for the switchback.
Sold a
That's
dummy.
gonna
Danny
get.
inside.
And Danny has gone wide. He's lost a place.
Perhaps the flashing of the lights did work. Danny, you want to do it back to him now, mate? You want to get your own back? Start flashing him back.
So we'll see this move now as Dylan's lined him up now. He's coming down these sweeping S bends. So Danny goes to defend, and Dylan quickly shoves it down the inside, catching Danny off guard. Danny runs a little bit wide there onto the curves, loses a bit of traction. That's Dylan through into the lead of this race. That'll be Fathead cheering there, I'm sure, in the chat. I'm sure we're going to see some messages popping up.
Well,
So
that
Danny
position
is going
change
for the
was
move.
That position change was done from the corner before because he got such a good run, did Dylan, through the corner.
That's right.
And got the acceleration out of it. Danny's not given up on this. He's still in the slipstream. But Dylan moves to the inside there just to defend the line a little bit. Danny's not going to do anything silly through the chicane here. This is going to be the final lap.
They've raced each other in various classes of car. That was Danny clipping the wall there, so that's going to lose him a little bit of pace here. So that's given Dylan a bit of breathing space. So the gap at the moment is about 7 or 8 tenths. So all Dylan needs to do here is just put one of his laps in. But look at his fuel. His fuel's flashing.
He's in a Renault. We know what these Renaults are like on fuel.
Oops. Danny's fuel's flashing as well, so Dylan's now just got to put in a quali lap. Just bring it home. I'm just going to stay on this battle here. This is their final lap.
Well, don't forget what Clayjacks did at Brands Hatch.
Exactly.
We know how frugal these Renaults can be on fuel. He's got this sewn up. I can't see Danny doing anything now because Danny's obviously tight on fuel as well. He hasn't got the fuel to turn the wick up anymore.
Well, just speaking of the leader of the championship at the moment, that's LFC Ben in 8th place at the moment. So Butler's managed to get some points. Ekberg is still in 6th place. I say that, 5th.
You say that.
Yeah. As we see Enzo flashing his lights here, he knows he's got this. As we see Enzo bringing it home for his debut in Jimmy's British Touring Cars, taking the win here at Dragon Trail Seaside. What a finish, what a race, Enzo, especially after everything. And he's got the fastest lap of a 149.5. Wow, what a race. So the results at the moment, so Danny C taking it, bringing a great second place. That's a good result for Danny. Legion takes the last podium spot in third place. So we'll get to the full results once all these get round the track.
That's a strong result for Legion as well. He's had a good event, this one. He won the sprint race and he's got a podium in the feature race. And with LFC Ben not even in the top 8 from what I can see there at the moment.
No, you're right.
So something's happened at the end there for LFC Ben. I wonder whether he got the strategy wrong or whether he's made a mistake. But
that's going to give
way down. That's really going to change the championship fight.
It is. Haydo with a great 6th place there. That's going to get Ekberg on the championship table, I would imagine. 5th, but maybe not. It's going to be close. But Shadow there with an 8th place finish. We've got Glowing in 9th. Swifty taking the lead. He's won the Independence. So that's some great points for Swifty there. And
LFC Ben all the way down in 12th
12th.
place.
How
he's not scored any points because the points go down to 10th place. So he's not even scored any points as Ben.
That's a strange result.
Yeah, so I'm wondering whether he got his strategy wrong and ran out of fuel and needed to pit.
Oh, or he ran out of fuel on the last lap.
It's possible.
And he got overtaken. Yeah, well, we'll soon find out. So that's a victory for Enzo there. Let me just save the replay.
Well, yeah, what a fantastic result there.
I'm just going to add people to the conversation while you're doing this,
Carry on, mate. You do that. So, as Jimmy was saying, on his debut, Dylan is Enzo taking the race win there. Brilliant strategy. I called it at the beginning. I'm not boasting or anything, but he did exactly what I thought he was going to do. Took the fastest lap as well, 149.572. So that's taken a championship point, even though he's not in the championship fight. It's taken it away from somebody else. So that's really made things interesting. Danny, defending champion, 2nd in the Audi. He put up a valiant fight there, but ultimately lost out. Legion, as I said, fantastic result there for Legion, finishing in 3rd. Marty came through in 4th, so his strategy did pay out in the long run. Fantastic result there for Ekberg. That is brilliant from him, finishing in 5th place. It was a bit unfortunate. I think he overfueled himself a bit too long in the pits, so he could have had a little bit of a better result, I feel. But nevertheless, great result there for him. Haydo in 6th in the BMW. Butler finished in 7th, so he obviously made a deliberate strategy change on that one, but it didn't quite work out for him. Shadow coming home in 8th, again not having the best of luck in the Peugeot. And then in 9th place, Jimmy, if you can, thank you. In 9th place, Glowing Gold in the Mazda. Swifty taking the Independence win in 10th. Tyler in 11th. Ben, we didn't see what happened, but Ben all the way down in 12th, out of the points. That is not a good result there for Ben. And then Storm bringing it home in 13th place. Just 1 lap down, but still finished the race. A great result there for Storm.
I'm just going to say we've got a couple of players. I think we've got. Right. Okay. So we've got someone joining the party that shouldn't be joining the party. Tyler, I'll give you a shout next week, mate. Enzo, are you there for...
Yeah, I'm here.
Wow. That was a baptism of fire, Enzo, would you say?
Yeah. Well, it was unfortunate sprint race, but I think I redeemed myself here in the reverse layout.
Yes, I tell you what, we couldn't believe it. It was just wrong place at the wrong time, and you managed to work your way back through the grid on 2 or 3 occasions in the sprint race and still finished with a great result. And then, yeah, you really showed your pace. We know how quick you are.
I'm unsure what happened there in the first race. It was so weird. I don't know who it was that was next to me. I'm not sure what happened, but I know it wasn't intentional or anything. But like from my side, my car got hit from the like back. It was just a pit maneuver into the wall. Nothing I could do.
Well,
Ah.
On the second,
on the stream Enzo, it looked like it was Shadow was alongside you. He hit the curb, got sideways, came back off the
yeah,
curb, hit your back end, and obviously that sent you off into the wall, unfortunately.
yeah,
So,
just
as you
racing
say,
into the
it wasn't deliberate, but just unfortunate.
yeah, just unfortunate what happened there. I think honestly I had the pace to win that race too, but I was definitely better on the reverse layout here. Even when I ran a couple of laps, I liked this layout better. I got
Yeah,
a little bit of a curb glitch on this, like in this race, and I crashed. I was like
ah.
third place, and I dropped back down to like eighth or ninth, and had to work really hard to get that back.
You were mentioning that to me the other night. So that was a great battle between yourself and Danny C, who I think has finished. He's either necked his first pint at the bar. Have we got Danny? Have we got Team Audi in the house? That was a great battle between you two with Enzo and yourself, Danny. It was great racing to watch.
Yes, well done to Enzo on the win and those who took part, and as always, thanks for running the event, Jimmy, and I'll be in the comms. So it's been a while, man. Obviously, the sprint just didn't go to plan, as I was looking for a solid result, but then it was just not meant to be. But then, of course, another opportunity came where I thought, having done well in the feature, then I just had to be sure that I just get the strategy together, like, and hope to like keep the nose clean and then stay out of trouble and stuff. But then, so we're just gonna have to keep chipping away and then keep going and keep pushing and go from there.
Brilliant, mate. Well, it was great racing as always. Great, clean, respectful racing between you. Two fast guys there. And I think I've also got Team BMW in the house. Our good friend Hado. Are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
How was that for you, mate? We were rooting for you there. We thought, wow, this is another Hado strategy coming into play.
Personally, I was actually not happy with my own driving because I was too much off the pace, and I was actually kind of scared because I was holding people back off.
Oh,
So I
really?
was like, maybe I was dangerous or not, like moving chicane into the corners. So I was in the end like, police, I don't want any crashes, so like did it driving to myself, but P6, so yeah, it could have been worse.
Good result, nevertheless, Hado. And
Yeah.
I just want to thank everybody that's taken the time. I know it's a hot one, a hot evening. I don't know whether it's like with you, Hado, but we're having a crazy summer over here for the UK,
It's
Hado.
definitely humid
Oh,
and hot.
it is, yeah. So once again, I'd just like to thank Enzo, Danny C, and Hado for taking the time to come in the chat and delaying getting a well-earned beer. I would imagine. That's what Jimmy's going to be heading for. I'm going to heading for the fridge straight after this.
Yeah, I'm going to
But
stick my head in the freezer. I don't know about anything else.
hopefully that'll dull your wit sense, will it?
No,
Or will it
no,
not?
at all.
Oh,
No, it makes it ice sharp.
Oh dear. Get ready for next week. But, well, what a race. I'm going to close the lobby and put the scapes on. And that turned out to be every bit as exciting as I hoped when I was working out the tyre strategy and the weather. Rain.
I think it caught a few people out with that, the way you set that up, because I think that some of them were trying to do it on a one stop and it just ended up being a two in the end. And we don't know, but that's possibly what caught Ben out. We'll have to see what comes back of that, whether there was an incident or whether he got caught out by the strategy. But yeah, there's a few standout performances there. Obviously Enzo, we knew he was going to be quick. But Ekberg as well in that feature race. I'm so chuffed for him because he's not one of the fastest drivers, and he'll openly admit that. But he did say he liked that layout, and to be able to do that performance against the quality of drivers that we've got in this championship, absolutely fantastic result for him in the top 5 there.
Speaking of which, I wonder if we can get hold of the man in question that we're talking about. Or has he already legged it to the bar?
He's probably well, we know what he's been doing the last couple of weeks when he's been swinging around a pole somewhere, so he's probably got her stashed in the back and he's already swinging around a pole again.
Oh, well, with any luck we'll find out what he's been up to. But I tried to work that out there to try and chuck a bit of a curveball in there. If they could fuel save for maybe 1 to 2 laps, they could have made a one-stop work. But the tyre wear, you had to manage that, and it's pretty tough on tyres for this track. So
yeah, and it did show. And again, I think, as I said, people have probably been caught out by the aggression that you put into the wear rate. They were expecting to do probably one stop, and they just couldn't do it, and it just mixed up the whole grid, didn't it? We've had some fantastic results because of it.
Well, yeah. So I don't always need to get to meddle with the weather with the wet stuff to create interesting and sort of on the edge of your seat sort of viewing. It was great for us to view that because we were just thinking, wow, what's going on here? They've got drivers swapping places left, right, and centre, coming in for. There were some drivers coming in for for stops with 60% left on the tyres and half a tank of fuel, and we were like, there's definitely something going on here. So they were throwing everything at it. So
yeah, I think they probably got involved in incidents and decided, right, that's it, I'm going to pit, get some clear air, get some fresh tyres, fuel it up, and just see where we can get to the end. So yeah, I'm just curious as to see what happened to Ben, because that is just a tragic result for him.
It is.
We know how quick he is. He was the championship leader coming into this. And I haven't done the maths, but with Legion having a good result, that could really change things around.
Yeah, so that's your job over the weekend, and the points will be released as soon as Adam's managed to get his head out of the freezer. I'll be releasing those on Discord. There'll be plenty of photos, I'm sure, from Ekberg's camp. I'm looking forward to seeing some of those photographs. They'll be posted on Instagram and Discord. My Instagram's at Jimmy_Codger Racing. So for now, that's it for round 4 here at Dragon Trail.
Next week is round 5, halfway through the season already. Where's that gone?
It's flown by, hasn't it? Absolutely flown by. So yeah, next week marks the halfway point, as what Adam quite rightly said there. So I'm sat here sweating, so I'm sure Adam is too. So I'm going to wrap up the stream here. But thanks to everyone. Apologies for the technical issues, out of my hands. The stream is going to be in 3 parts. I'll edit the videos, so I have to spend a bit more time watching them. But for now, that's Jimmy Codger signing off for round 4 of the British Touring Car Championship here at Dragon Trail Seaside. So have a great weekend, have a great week ahead, and the track will be announced for round 5 on Sunday. I will put the poster up, put the race entry up, and so keep your eyes peeled in Discord. And without any further jabbering from me, that is Jimmy Codger signing off for round 4. Take care. Catch you all next week.